Friends, I'm really happy to welcome you all to this program. We were waiting for a long time to get one of the senior officials of SPICMACAY for our program. Because for the right from when the association was started, all the dancers would like to know the activities of SPICMACAY, because SPICMACAY is the biggest organization functioning for the last nearly 50 years, and it is being led by one of the veterans in the field of art and veterans in the field of organizing, Mr. Kiran Seth. So I happened to meet him when he came to Cochin, and I had also helped for conducting some programs of SPICMACAY in Cochin. So that was how the relationship started. So many of the dancers don't know much about SPICMACAY, because the only organization which is organizing around 25,000 programs every year in all the states in India, for the organizations in the field of art, field of dance, and everything connected with art, SPICMACAY is taking up. SPICMACAY into the schools and organizing programs. That is one of the greatest things, because the younger generation should be taught about the classical art forms of India. So SPICMACAY is doing a good job, and Babita ma'am has agreed to come. Then said, sir is very busy, so he said she is the senior most officials of SPICMACAY. So I'm really happy to welcome Babita ma'am to this program, and also I welcome all the members who have come to attend this program. And I would also like to request those who are not members of the association are requested to send your mobile number, so you can be added in the WhatsApp group. So I now request Charanya ma'am to officially introduce Babita ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopal Kumar ji, and Ms. Babita Mishra. Namaste and welcome to the Indian Classical Dancers Association.
Thank you very much.
Global, and I am here from Pune, and we are having participants from all over the world participating today in this talk session. And we are really realigning our priorities to dance at this time of situation that we are in. And truly, I should say that digital media is helping us to stay connected, though we are all staying indoors and we are in different parts of the world. And with your experience into SPICMACAY of 20 years, we would really love to hear your experiences about SPICMACAY, the activities. And on this note, I would like to address the first question to you is, and this is the question that is lingering in most of our minds. And can you please throw some light on SPICMACAY, its activities and the benefits for artists like us, how each of us can volunteer ourselves and stay connected within India as well as for the Indian dancers worldwide. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy to be here today. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if everyone knows or not, but SPICMACAY was started by Professor Dr. Kiran Seth in 1977. And he had actually gone to do his studies in Columbia University in the US. And there he heard a concert by the by the Dagar brothers. He got to hear the Drupad concert by the Dagar brothers, which touched him emotionally. And he there and then decided that, this art and culture of India should be known to everyone in the world. And he came back to IIT, joined there as a faculty. And there he and some of his friends came up with the idea of starting SPICMACAY, which is Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture amongst Youth. So it is basically for the youth and by the youth. And so we have a number of, and it's been now 43 years now, and there are several volunteers all across India and also across the globe. Those who have done their studies in India and have gone and, and doing the, further studies abroad and also doing, are settled outside, they have been exposed to SPICMACAY, and they're very keen to promote the initiatives taken by SPICMACAY. So in India, we do a number of programs. We have various modules, the main module being the lecture demonstration. which, we invite artists artists in maybe Hindustani vocal, Carnatic, dance, from every field. And there are several volunteers all across the states, in different states of the country. And we take these artists to schools and colleges where they perform and also discuss about their art forms. And they take a question and answer they take questions from the students, and there's a question and answer session at the end of the program. And also in between lecture demonstration, the artist explains and also, their art form and performs. So that is lecture demonstration. Then there's a module, it is the workshop demonstration by the younger artists who are taken to government schools. And in the government schools, where, we get some kind of support from the district administration. We have programs in the government schools. So the government, in the school, children going to the government schools, they also get to know about our art and culture. Then we have other modules, like every year we have a convention, which is for 7 days. And it's a rigorous schedule for all the participants. We start at 4 a.m. in the morning with yoga meditation, and it's a 3-hour schedule of yoga meditation. And then we have Shramdan, which has the participants do some sort of cleaning of the campus where we stay. And then we also have workshops by different gurus for 3 hours. So it's we try to create an atmosphere of an ashram where where the participants go through all these exercises. And we also have folk arts in the afternoon. We have cinemas screening in the afternoon. We have and all pure form of classical dance and music in the evening. So this is what a typical convention is every year. And we try to have it in all the premier institutes like IITs, IIMs. And so a participant who comes to those venues, they also, get exposed to how an IIT would look like in case they would like to do their studies, in IITs, and if they're thinking of doing something in the engineering field. So these are the things that are kept in mind when we select the venue also. And then we also have heritage tour, where we, take the school students and college students to for a tour to the heritage buildings. And other than that, we have eminent speakers. We invite eminent speakers to come and speak to the students. And we also have a Gurukul Anubhav scholarship scheme every year, where students selected from all over the country are made to go and stay for 1 month with their choice of gurus. So there's a selection procedure, and the students are selected and sent to gurus like Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasya and Pandit Birju Maharaj Ji. And we also have students sent to social activists like Srimati Aruna Roy Ji. So these are the various initiatives which has been taken by SPICMACAY in these 43 years.
Wow, wonderful to hear so much of work that SPICMACAY is doing with the artists, and also including the younger generation to take it forward. But on this, a question that just cropped up for me was, since it is, you said there are going to be students from schools and colleges, how would these students approach SPICMACAY, or is it some school or college that is being chosen by SPICMACAY? Is it, how do they collaborate with SPICMACAY, or how is it that these students are chosen?
So we approach the schools and colleges from our side. SPICMACAY approaches the schools and colleges from their side. And then if we have an orientation for the school, school administrators as well as the students. And if there is an interest, we again go back to the schools and colleges and we try to do a program over there. That is how, we do our programs.
Okay, so basically these are institutes which are like say an ICSE, a CBSE or a state board school? Is it that?
Yes,
Or,
yes, yes. It can be any school. It can be any school. It can be any private institutions amongst the engineering colleges, medical colleges,
Okay.
yes, and government funded institutes like IITs and AIMS, anything.
And how about students who are learning under gurus? Like there are so many senior gurus in this forum. Also,
Yes.
they are all having their own private dance institutions. Most
Yes.
of us are also registered with, according to the Societies Act and the, Art Act. But then how would these current dancers who are learning also be part of this schedule or the pattern? Is
Yeah,
also
sure, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we have certain procedures for artists to be enrolled under SPICMACAY. So there's an artist care committee where we have to send the biodata of the artist and also what is that? Some kind of recommendation by the guru for their disciples. And then there is a certain procedure which the artist care committee looks into.
Okay. And is there any specific time of the year that they can apply, or should we follow some schedule on the website? How does this work?
No, you can, there's a postal address, of course. And, and also you have to send a short video of yours. If it's there on YouTube, you can send the link also. Otherwise, some kind of a recording can be sent. I can give you the address later, which you can, maybe pass it on to the in your group. Sure. And I think there is some criteria as to how many artists they can take in a year. But also for the artists, there are some rules that we take Padma Shri, artists who have a Padma Shri or a SNA. And there are certain criteria. So,
okay.
Yes.
Fine. And moving on, we would surely like to listen to a little bit of your personal connect with SPICMACAY, since you had such a long experience of 20 years. A few struggle that is being faced probably by you or by the team, and also an overall experience of you being in SPICMACAY, if you can share a few.
So, So, as you know, SPICMACAY, its main intention is to bring the, artists and art forms closer to the students. So, I was a student in 1990s doing my graduation in Cuttack, Odisha. And there at that time in 1990s also, they had brought Pandit Shivkumar Sharma to our campus. I was studying in a government college. And over there, I had only heard about Pandit Shivkumar Sharma till then, and how big an artist he was. And seeing him such close quarters left a very, lasting impression on me. And the way the, SPICMACAY functions, making the students sit on the stage near the artist, and the students getting, very close to the artist and doing, everything, managing each and every thing of the, starting from logistic part to everything. So that was something which really, SPICMACAY was always in my mind since then. Then after that, I actually, I was abroad in Sydney for some time. Over there also, I, got to see Chitra Vishweshwaran ji through SPICMACAY. And in 2011, when we had the national convention in Cuttack, Odisha, I actually got very closely connected because I got to do a lot of work then, because it was happening in my state and in my, town. And that is how, and since then, I think I have been part of all the conventions and have been part of the organizing committee and have been part of the next national executive of SPICMACAY. So, and Dr. Kiran Seth, actually really admire him because he makes just, normal people like us feel very important and, gives us so much to do that, we get really motivated and inspired to work for SPICMACAY. So, thank you.
That is really insightful, probably for the future generation who wants to put in their foot into SPICMACAY and take it forward. On this note, I will continue with the third question, right now we are all in this quarantine period, and obviously there has been a lot of blow in various fields like hotel industry, aviation, transport, and the dancers, or rather as artists, we are also being very much affected on a very financial note. So in this way, how are we going to adapt to changes? And is there any program that SPICMACAY along with the government has taken any initiatives, like probably to restart the classes at some, a short number of people, or conduct some live performances, not now, just probably just immediately after this period is out? Is there any talks that is happening in the government, so which you would be aware of, which if you could share that with us?
So this post this quarantine, I mean, for 1 year now, there is no chance of a live performance. Everything has to be through digital medium, and therefore SPICMACAY has immediately taken steps and done 3 series recently. It started with Rendezvous, then we did Anubhav. Anubhav was actually in place of the convention which we were supposed to have in IIT Kanpur. So since we were not able to have that, immediately we decided that we do online, a series of online programs for 7 days. And we also did Parampara series, which was for the younger generation artists. So these 3 series, it's a difficult, it's very difficult because viewership is a big challenge. Doing online programs is not easy. But since we are affiliated to, schools and colleges, so we have a little, we hope that, we will, we can try and reach maximum number of students in the country. So that is how we are going about doing our activities. And for 1 year now, the situation is not going to change as far as all of us can see that. And because see, IIT has already decided that till December, they will be having online classes. And about approaching the government on, to take some policy, to have some policy for, some kind of a policy. Dr. Seth is part of a number of committees. So maybe, this can be requested to him to, put forward in some discussions. So,
Sure.
So that's how we are seeing. That's how we plan. We are planning to have online activities for the time being.
Just continuing on this note, is there a way that, there are many artists, it's not only dancers, like co-artists, like musicians, there are like flutists, violinists, and there are also these technicians, like these light people and sound people, who are actually, for them, probably, unless we perform on a live stage, they will not be earning anything since that is their source of income. So is there a way that we can approach the government to give them some aid, or probably as a community, if we can contribute to something in collaboration with SPICMACAY, can we do something, or is there a way that we can approach and try to bring about something new into catering to these needs?
Yeah, actually, for technicians and others to be involved in online programs, we have to, the work is much harder, because then, the musicians or the dancers, whoever is going to perform online, have to have a proper setup at their place. And for that, we need funds. It's not easy to have a setup, because you'll have to have sound system, you'll have to have camera, so many things for a quality program. So for that, how far, unless we raise funds, it's, it's very difficult. So,
and also at this time, we are not very sure who's going to fund us, because I'm sure every industry is facing a blow. So, sponsoring for an art would be probably last in their priority.
Actually, I forgot to answer your second question that you had asked, SPICMACAY struggle. We are still struggling for funds. Right now we are in debt of 42 lakhs. So it's, and we are still struggling, and government funds are drying up. So we are looking for other source of funding, like crowdfunding and individual people coming forward to find, give donation. We are looking at CSR funds. So these are the kind of funding that we are also looking at. Although we are a 43-year-old organization, we are still struggling to raise funds. So yeah.
Actually, Gopakumar sir had this question, as in he said, can we approach corporate companies and include the artists as part of their CSR plan? And
Yes.
Can we approach along with the help of SPICMACAY? But then how do we go about this? Is there a procedure that we need to follow, or how can we approach?
You can definitely approach through SPICMACAY. So once see, like I'm sure, in your group also there must be artists who might be empaneled with the SPICMACAY to perform. So if it can be, the proposal can be developed, and the artist belonging to that particular state maybe can, if a proposal can be worked out and can be sent through SPICMACAY after we have a look at the proposal, maybe we can work for those artists in their states for their programs. That can be done. So I need to discuss with everybody, but that's an option, surely. Definitely.
Okay, thank you so much. I am sure we will take this point in mind.
One question regarding this one. Have you ever thought of organizing ticketed programs? Because
never.
Yeah, because in any platform, which is the best platform for artists to begin with ticketed programs? Is there any good platforms you can suggest? Online platforms?
Online platforms, I'm not very sure, but we are never into, having any ticketed programs. So, but I can find out, a good platform where you can have ticketed programs. I'm sure there must be many.
Yeah. It has to come because artists are struggling how to make money.
Yes, I'm sure. It's a very, very tough situation for everybody, actually, and artists especially, who actually depend on, making livelihood through programs. So it's really tough, really sad situation.
Just to break, some of you have a few questions. Maybe if you can type it out on the chat screen, I can read it out to her, and then I will leave the forum open for individual interaction.
I would like everyone to say their names and place from their coming from, so that I'm also have an idea for or there. No, can you?
See, actually, we also had this in mind. Since you told us that we can approach SPICMACAY by applying online by sending a profile and biodata, is that for only individual artists, or do we have to send it as an institution also? And
it has to be individual artists.
Okay, not an institution. It has to be an individual artist.
Yes.
And what about, should there surely be a Sangeet Natak Academy member or a Padma Shri awardee to, be part of SPICMACAY? I'm basically asking because some of them are having few things in mind, saying that you have to be an SNA member and only then you can get into SPICMACAY, or some of them are having that you should be one of the really top artists for you to be part of SPICMACAY. So these are like questions which most of us have. So is that a criteria for us to be part of the SPICMACAY?
Yes, SNA awardee and Padma Shri and yes.
Should we be that, or is it okay? Is it that even the normal artists can still become a member? That was the question.
Sorry, to perform?
No. To become a member of SPICMACAY.
To become a member of SPICMACAY, anybody can become a member. Anyone can become a member.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And you can volunteer. Like we have WD artists, the younger artists, who go to the very interior parts of the country to perform in the government schools. It is they actually become volunteers because we don't have volunteers to go with them. So they very nicely volunteer themselves and make sure they adjust. A lot of adjustment is needed because it's in the interiors. It's a very rural part of the country. So they are they act like volunteers for us then. So,
and any age criteria?
No age criteria. Anybody can. As long as one understands SPICMACAY, anybody can volunteer.
Okay, there is another question from Ms. Jasmine. She says, do we need to be a Doordarshan graded artist to be a member of SPICMACAY?
No, for member of SPICMACAY, we don't need any. See, I'm not any Doordarshan graded artist or anything. I'm a member, right? So one who is able to give time, it can one can be a dancer, one can be a musician, one can be an engineer, doctor, anybody can volunteer for SPICMACAY.
Okay, and the next question is, we have Srilekha Dasi ji from UAE, from Abu Dhabi. She is interested to start a chapter at UAE, and she would like to know how she can approach SPICMACAY. I think there are also some more members from our association who are in US, UK, France, Germany. They also would like to be a part of, become a member of SPICMACAY and start a chapter outside. So how do they approach?
So what did you say the name of, the member who is from Abu Dhabi?
Ms. Srilekha Dasi, I think she's on the call. You can unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
All right. So here I would like to say that, we have, since, we have gone online, so we are having several meetings of, several groups online every day of SPICMACAY. You can visit our website and you can see that, we have meetings every day lined up from 8 to 9 p.m. So there are several groups which have been formed recently. And amongst that, there is one group which is the Global Outreach Group. In the Global Outreach Group, we have members settled, in different parts of the globe, like Abu Dhabi, UK, US, Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia. So, and in Abu Dhabi, actually, we have 3 or 4 volunteers right now, very active, and they are taking a lot of steps to start SPICMACAY activities. So, if Srilekha ji can, connect with me or give a number to me, I can add her to that Global Outreach Group. And we have our meeting tomorrow of the Global Outreach Group, which is from 8:30 to 9 p.m. She can join that meeting and, and can be involved in SPICMACAY activities.
Sure. I think, can I pass this message to the rest of the members? Probably, I think the US and UK people have not joined in today because of this time. It's just early morning for them. So can I pass this message to them?
Yes, I will give you the link for tomorrow's meeting for the Global Outreach Group. And, and for other groups, group meetings also, I will give you the link. And, anybody is interested to volunteer for SPICMACAY, we have formed groups of government, which will be giving fundings, giving proposals for funding from the government. We have a school education group where we are trying.
Okay, I think we just
get to all the schools in the country, like the KBs, the Navodayas, all the schools, the CBSE code schools. Then we have a higher education group where we have, as you know, we have a funding from MHRD, where we can do activities in all the centrally funded institutes like IITs, ICERs, triple ITs, NITs. Okay, and then we have a group for global outreach. We also have group for media group, technical group, several groups. So I will pass you all the information, and you can post it in your group. And anyone who feels like can give some time and can volunteer. We are very happy to welcome all of them.
Sure. Thank you so much. I think this is such a valuable input for us, which we've been looking forward and looking for somebody to guide us through this.
Sure, sure, not a problem.
We have another question. Okay, I think you already addressed this. What is the process of becoming a member of SPICMACAY, which has already been addressed? You have
and also, if you visit our website www.spicmacay.org, you'll get a lot of information from there. You must visit. I mean, everyone, I request all of you to have a look at the website. And in case of any, anything you need to know more than what is not there on the website, please feel free to, get in touch with me. Not a problem.
Sure. Any questions, any specific questions, if anybody has, you can probably raise your hand and unmute yourself. You can address her. The forum is kind of open right now.
How many minutes more? Will you have to rejoin?
No, actually I have I know include, I've taken a package. I don't think we need to rejoin today. The meeting will just get continued.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
having, you are having an annual program every year, no, at Delhi, ma'am?
Annual program we have every year in different, different parts of the country. We have in conventions, that's the convention, which is a 7-day, program. So last year we had in JNU, and before that we had in IIT Kharagpur. So yeah, every year we have this 7-day program, which is called the convention.
And it's absolutely free for the artists. Absolutely free for the artists.
For the artists?
Absolutely free. There is
Is
no.
it free? The question was, is the national convention that is happening every year
Yes.
free for the artists, and or how do we register into it?
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. It's now called the International Convention because we are taking students from, outside the country also. So, yes, it is free. So, all accommodation, except for your, own tickets. Suppose we are inviting the artists, we pay for their ticket who are coming to perform. But others who are participating, they just spend on their tickets to come, and we provide free boarding and lodging and food, and everything is then SPICMACAY is concerned. Yes.
Okay. And we also have another question, I think, from 1 minute. I'm just scrolling through the questions a little up.
Sure, no problem.
You have coordinators in every state now, all the states?
Yes, every state has a coordinator, and there are very, very senior volunteers in every part of the country. So who are, leading.
Is there a way that younger artists can connect with these senior volunteers? For example, I am from Pune, so you will have some coordinator from Maharashtra. So
Yes,
if I need to approach, so is that the way that I approach them first, or directly I can approach you or anybody else directly?
I can pass on the the coordinator's number to you, who is the coordinator from Maharashtra, and then he or she will again guide you. It's very easy once you get connected, and once you know what we are doing, it will be very easy to follow. So you please try and attend our meetings. You can also today also we have a meeting from 8 to 9 of all the groups who will be making a presentation of 2 minutes of what has been discussed for the whole week. And then we also have a volunteers meet tomorrow. So every day there's a meeting. I'll pass on all the information to you. Please feel free to attend.
Sure, I think this is really wonderful inputs that we are getting. Since we've been discussing these things in our meetings which happened last month, and we were wondering how to actually approach SPICMACAY. So I'm sure this has become a very big, huge step for us as artists to kind of connect to the right person and getting the first-hand information, which is going to be so useful for artists like us.
Sure, my pleasure.
Ma'am, it's also very important that you should request Kiran Seth sir to take up with the union government to restart the live stage programs, because now they have allowed for marriages, they have allowed for so many programs.
But the government can't take a risk, at this point. Government will also not take a risk and allow, because as I said, because all the colleges are doing online classes now. Marriage functions and all are actually personal choice. They are doing it and taking their, putting everything at risk and doing these functions. But once you, especially in India, once you open institutions and schools and all, it will be very difficult to control. Social distancing will not be maintained. Students might not wear masks. So many things. Hands have to be kept clean all the time. So all these things, unless everyone is really careful, already, there are so many cases are just,
going up.
Yes, going up every single day. So it's difficult,
True, as in, I'm just, reviewing it back. I think some of the members are still asking me a few questions
Yes.
about what you had already spoken. So let me just recap it. You can just add on if I'm missing out on something.
Sure.
Point one is anybody can become the member of SPICMACAY. You have to send your profile to the from the website along with the video.
So, no, profile only those who want to be empaneled with SPICMACAY. Those who want to perform under SPICMACAY, they have to send their profile. But to become a volunteer, which is we are calling member,
Okay.
you don't need any, anything. You just you can attend the meeting and get to know what SPICMACAY is doing and take, you can volunteer for SPICMACAY. Like, fixing up artists and there are a lot of work which, you can be part of.
The background work, basically the
But,
organizing and, okay.
But to be a volunteer, we don't need anything.
Okay, you just have to approach the person from your specific state in order to become a volunteer.
Exactly. To volunteer, yes, correct.
Okay. And typically, if I'm talking this in terms of artists, if we need to get empaneled with SPICMACAY after sending our profile, what would typically be the wait period for us to get a review back or a response back from the organizing committee?
Yeah, it will take some time because there is I think there are some procedures, so it will take some time. But definitely you'll hear from the artist care committee. Once you send whether a yes or no, they will definitely revert back.
And for us to get empaneled, should we be, should we have received some awards or some accolades in the particular field, or is it just based on the performance and the quality of your art? This is a question which is being posted by Mini Pramod by Ms.
Yes. So you have to be, SNA awardee for lecture demonstration. For lecture demonstration, you have to have SNA award or a Padma Shri, and that's how the selection of the artists is done. And
for performances, if we need to perform for performance, what is the criteria?
For performances, yes, exactly. Yes, these are the criteria.
I think in order to conduct a lecture demonstration or a workshop, we need to be a Padma Shri or an SNA awardee. Is that correct? And correct. If we are not an SNA awardee,
for workshop, you have to be a YSNA awardee. For workshop, you can have a YSNA.
Okay. And what about budding artists who want to get empaneled with SPICMACAY, who have not yet been awarded, but they're still good in their chosen field of art? How will they be able to empanel themselves, or will they be given a platform? Is there a forum?
No, so again, you have to send it for the younger artists. Younger artists again, unless, as I said, unless there is some kind of a recognition like the awards, it will be difficult. But you have to send your biodata, Guru's recommendation, and to the artist care committee, and then they will take it from there.
Okay. Should we approach somebody from the artist care committee, or should we just directly send an email? Because I think some of them have posted personal emails, but I'm sure they would not have got responses back. So is there any particular email ID or something to whom we can?
There is an email ID. I will pass it on to you also. And you can send, and if there is any kind of recording in a CD or anything, then I'll give you a postal address also. And you can send that to that postal address. So both ways, over email and over postal address, you can send.
Sure.
That you can send in WhatsApp, and we will put it in our group. That is better.
Yes. Sure.
Sure. I will take this information from her after this meeting and send it across to you, sir.
I'm Chitra Warrior from Bangalore. I just wanted to know, like what you said, like should the person be like to get empaneled with the SPICMACAY, should the person be a graded artist from Doordarshan?
Yes.
Okay, that's one criteria to be empaneled, right, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Sir, would you have any more questions, sir?
Totally, how many programs you have in a year average, ma'am?
So it depends. Mostly 6,000, 7,000 programs we are having in a year.
Have you covered all the states in India, or still some states where you don't have any representation? Because we have got
No,
artists.
we have mostly covered all the states.
All the states are there. All the states.
Yes.
Okay. And we would really like to listen to you, saying a very good message for the younger generation, and also throwing some light upon what would the volunteer work actually be apart from these performances. And see, for example, if as an artist you come there, you teach, but then what is the connection between the volunteer and the students from those specific government schools or those rural areas? How many days would they have to spend time, and what is it the volunteer work actually that they will have to do, since if they're going to come to a rural place and take time off and come?
Sorry, I missed the second part of the question. Sorry.
The second part of the question was, as a volunteer, if you're going to rural areas and taking time off, what are the actual activities that the volunteer is expected to do or interact with those students there? What is it that they would be?
So are you telling volunteer or artist?
Volunteers.
Volunteers. So volunteers generally accompany the artist so I actually forgot to mention another module that we have. It is called the Rural School Intensive. Okay, so the Rural School Intensive is again like a convention, but it is set up in a rural area. Here in Odisha, we had a Rural School Intensive in 2016 in a very, very, remote place like Koraput. It is in Odisha, but from Bhubaneswar only one train runs, and it takes almost 24 hours to reach there. And and we had a convention only for the tribal children. So again, over there also, we could, invite artists like Pandit Vishwamohan Bhatt, Dr. N. Rajam, and they all came and to Vizag. From Vizag, they again by road we brought them, which is almost 4 or 5 hours, and we could have and also TV Shankara Narayanan ji also came. So and the volunteers thing is, when a program is being organized, has to look after a lot of things: their accommodation, their travel, and their well-being, and mainly being with the artists and making sure that they're comfortable, and then trying to get in touch with schools and colleges and see that everything is well arranged over there to have a program. So all these things the volunteers helps.
Okay. And would we have any more questions, or are we are like 50 minutes done on this session?
Yeah.
So if we have more questions, we can take it forward, or we can kind of we have somebody. Is Prabha Nair? I thought you raised your hand. Okay. No.
Shalini Sharma is from Abu Dhabi, no? Shalini
Yes.
Sharma. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. And add you to the group of global outreach. And I think Shalini Sharma ji, and we have one more member from your group, I think, or only Shalini Sharma ji.
From Abu Dhabi right now is only me.
Okay, all right. Surely. I'll add you to the group after I speak to Charanya ji. I take your number. I'll add you to the group. We have over there Prasoon and Paiswani and Lalita, already in the global outreach group and trying to do a lot of work. So
okay. Thank you, ma'am. It was really wonderful, actually, getting to know you and the amount of work that you and SPICMACAY have been doing. And it's like spellbounding all of us to know that it's really going to even the most rural areas like the tribal area. So that's the best part about it. Yeah. And
so the person who inspires all of us is Dr. Kiran Seth. So all this thing goes to him for inspiring, common people like us to be part of SPICMACAY and working for SPICMACAY.
I think we have one more person, a Kathak dancer from Dubai. Her name is Nishi Singh, who is also with us here today. So
Okay.
I think, yeah, we have 2 people from Dubai.
For
Nishi
the
Singh and
Dubai, we have even Prabha Nambiar. So we have 2 people from Dubai. And from Abu Dhabi, it's me. But from Dubai, we have Prabha Nambiar and Nishi Singh. Nishi Singh ji,
he's a Kathak dancer.
Kathak expert. Yeah. And Prabha Nair, she can herself speak because she's already there.
Prabha Nambiar.
Nambiar, sorry.
Okay, all right, sure. I'll add you to the Global Outreach Group. And we have the
Thank you so
Global
much,
Outreach meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8:30, we have the meeting. You please come. I'll also ask Dr. Kiran Seth to be present in the meeting tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
would be great.
That would be
And we would like to hear a strong message to the youngsters and the budding artists plus the artists worldwide. If you can, share your views and a message to us, and then we can kind of end the session at that note today.
Sure. Well, what do I say to the artists? I mean, because they're passionate, they have taken up, this some form of art or the other. So one, suppose if one has to try one's, best to excel in their field. So, just practice and, try to achieve your goal by being the best. And in these COVID times, I think artists have a great role to play because, youngsters are going through depression, going through a lot of stress, pressure, committing suicide. So in some innovative way, if they can be connected through art, it will be really, a great, help and support to their mental stress at this point of time. Otherwise, they'll take to all kind of negative things that is going on. TikTok is banned now in India, but, all those, kind of drugs, alcohol. So, they have to be engaged in a positive way. So the artists can really play a big, big role. Through online, actually, you can reach out to many more, people than, live performances where you go to a particular place and perform and, come back. But through online, if done nicely, you can reach out to many, many youngsters, many, many more people. So artists have they can play a huge role in.
Thank you so much, Babita. It was such an informative session for all of us. Something which we've been really looking forward to understand. And when it really comes from a person who's been in the system for such long, we can really take the inputs on a very positive note. And as you said, yes, this digital media is helping us connect.
Yes.
In fact, probably till before none of us knew each other, whoever is there in this session today. So this has been such an interactive session where whether you're in US or Abu Dhabi or in India, we're able to connect. And I'm sure we will use, as artists, we will use this digital platform to connect in a very positive way and keep giving it to the audience worldwide.
Ma'am, we have more than 650 members. So, and we are well connected to WhatsApp. So, any assistance you need in any of the activities, the associate behind you.
Sure.
So, you can partner with Kiran Seth also, because we are really interested in SPICMACAY and the growth and doing all the promotional activities for the classical art forms and the artists. And and I would also like to make an announcement for the artists. We are having a Bharatanatyam competition which is now going on online in FB. And tomorrow we are having a Kuchipudi workshop of Anupama Mohan at 4:30. You are also invited for that. So thank you very much, Babita ma'am, for accepting our invitation.
Thank you. I would just like to say that day after tomorrow, I will send you the poster. We are just having a small session on Guru Purnima, where we are having some video messages by artists, by the gurus being played, and experiences of some of the students who have gone and stayed with the gurus being played from I think it's timing is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if all of you can join, that will be really nice.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It was really wonderful.
My pleasure. It's a really nice
Thank you, the panel. Yes, Ms. Prabha, you had a question?
No. I just wanted to, just tell that Babita ma'am was very fortunate when I was young to have been associated with SPICMACAY. I used to perform with Dr. Padmashri, Dr. Srimati Kanakrele. I'm her student, Mohiniyattam students, and I was in awe. I was literally in awe as a young artist, going to these small schools and, interacting with the children, government schools, interacting with the kids very closely. And I was in an awe of SPIC. I have, posted this and getting reconnected again. It's a good feeling. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here and so humbly answering our questions. Looking forward to a lot of interaction and collaboration with you in future. And thank you all, everybody. Thank you, Gopakumar sir, for
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. My
Charanya
pleasure.
ma'am, you were too good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I'll post the link of all the meetings. If at all you think you'll be interested, please do join.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Babita ma'am.
My pleasure. Bye. Bye.